Hey, what's good, folks? You know what it is. It's your boy Jay, and I got another video for you today. This is from the OG Oshay Duke Jackson, and he's talking about Joy Taylor and her BBL is costing her everything. Without further ado, let's get to the video.
BBLs ain't cute. If I'm being honest, it's like they look good to an extent.
On July 14, 2025, Joy Taylor was fired from Fox Sports, and she really wasn't that great of a host, to be honest. Not saying that women can't be good hosts, but her, Emmanuel Acho, and the rest of those guys, they were trash.
Woo! But I ain't gonna lie, man. Oshay, man. Early on, I was a fan of Joy Taylor early on before the Acho thing. That show was terrible, man. She was a good, moderator, you know what I'm saying? Because she was the original host of Undisputed, or hostess of Undisputed. Then she did the thing with Colin Cowherd. That was when she was in her prime. But once she got her own show, that's when everything started to go downhill, man. Let's get to it.
Joy Taylor was something nice to look at. And that is one thing that I do like about sports shows. I don't necessarily ever see ugly women on sports shows, and I think that's important. But again, she had to go head on and leave, and the allegations about Joy Taylor was, she was screwing Skip Bayless, and she was screwing other guys to basically, get ahead in the company. And so now she's out of the picture. Fast forward. And so this is something that's important because Joy Taylor is pretty. She's mixed. She's had all of the opportunities, but she is almost 38 years old, or she is 38, maybe closer to 39 now. And
yeah, when you get to that certain age, man, those looks they're not gonna cut it. It's different when you're 25 and 26 years old and you can use your youth as to get ahead. But now that you're in your late 30s, it's more about substance now. And now that you really out of the picture, Joy, what you gonna do?
So with all of the opportunities to meet, a successful man, she's been married and divorced, and the future for her doesn't look so bright because, again, nothing that she's really done, according to the allegations, are merit-based. And when you want to meet or, have a good relationship with somebody or a good business partner, you have to be merit-based. It's good to be pretty and attractive, but what you do for a person every day matters the most. I mean, this is why we love, Apple as a company. This is why we love, YouTube or Google. This is why we love our favorite cars, whether it's Mercedes-Benz or Range Rover or Ford, or, why we like certain items because they're dependable and they are value for money. In a similar way, when you're dealing with a husband or a wife, you want that person or individual to be value for money, to basically be something on the market that you really couldn't find.
See, that's the thing people need to understand. Oshay said something that really made sense. If you're going to be somebody's wife or you're going to be somebody's husband, you have to bring something to the equation that person doesn't have already. Be an asset, not a liability. A lot of people don't understand that. Being an asset is not just about having money or having this. What are you doing to make my life better? What am I going to do to make that other person's life better? And women like Joy Taylor, they don't get that. They think that because I look pretty, that's it. No, you know how many women look pretty? You know how many women are gorgeous out there? What do you bring to the table that is going to make you different from everybody else? Because I can find me a mixed chick that's your height and your weight and your looks anywhere.
And Joy Taylor has had that problem competing even in the professional world. So now Joy Taylor has certain other things she's doing, which if you can see her, she's been working out recently, as you can see here, and she has butt pads, and there are allegations that now she's going down the road of getting the BBL, okay? And we already know what a BBL is. But before we get to that, let's look at the framework that Joy Taylor operates in when it comes to dating.
I want to be able to sit across from you and have a conversation. I do not do awkward. So if we're sitting anywhere at the most beautiful restaurant in the world and you can't carry on a conversation, I don't want to be there. And
oh, Lord have mercy, man. You and 80 million other women want the same thing. There's a lot of women who can't carry a conversation. I've been on dates, excuse me. I've been on dates and I would have to carry the whole freaking conversation. Men want the same thing, but women always say, I can't date a man who can't have a conversation. I'm like, yo, let's continue.
Main reason is I can afford to eat at this beautiful restaurant by myself, and I like my own company.
Now, this isn't bad at all, in my honest opinion. You know, she's just saying like she goes out on a date with somebody, you need to be interactive, and the reason why is she could be somewhere else and she would like your undivided attention. So let's give her a round of applause for that. Yeah, I don't have any problem with a woman saying this because, hey, you know, I'm guilty of not, you know, giving my attention on a date or whatever, and, you know, and looking like I'm disinterested. So nobody wants to feel that way. So, hey, so far, so good. I mean, I think any person or human being would like this situation. But
yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, I go on dates and women are not interested in or not interesting. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Or if a woman tells me you're not interested, okay, cool. We move on. You do your thing, I do my thing, and then it is what it is.
Then here we go.
The only thing that a man can do for me is love me, show up as yourself, be authentic. If we're going for a walk with coffee, great. If we're going to a beautiful, expensive restaurant where you're buying a $2,000 bottle of wine, wonderful. I love expensive wine. And we have a great conversation.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
Okay, so this is where the rubber meets the road a little bit. So now she's talking about, look, take me out to a nice restaurant. You know, if you want to buy me a glass of wine that's $2,000, yeah, you can do that. Now, all right, let me just talk about this.
Hold on, I want to talk about what she said as well. She said, if we're gonna go get a walk and get a nice cup of coffee, that's nice. But if you want to take me to a restaurant and buy $2,000, I'm like, you gotta pick a battle and go with that one battle. You can't say, oh, this man can buy me a cup of coffee, but then this other guy can buy me a $2,000 bottle of wine. I mean, come on. Yo, if I'm going to a restaurant and spending $2,000 on a bottle of wine, yo, call me cheapskate, but I ain't doing that shit.
I get it that Joy Taylor is used to, you know, being around people that have a whole lot of money, but to spend $2,000 on wine and to feel like you can deserve that, it's probably where the rubber meets the road, okay? And this is the issue that I see that, you know, women who have been pretty all their life, or at least been sought after all their life, they have an issue as when they don't really know when the tide is going to turn, right? They don't have any awareness about when their leverage is losing. And when you're Joy Taylor and you're in your 30s and you believe that your leverage is still there when it comes to men, but it's not, and clearly it isn't, because nobody is calling you from ESPN, nobody is calling you from, you know, MSNBC to get on the show, and you haven't realized like, oh shoot, I don't really bring a whole lot of value to the market, but there you are talking about $2,000 wines. And even if you wouldn't take it, it's just cringe that you would even admit or even say something like that. And, you know, as this should be something that somebody should do for you.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, if you're a person that is in a situation right now and you're talking about $2,000 worth of wine and all these extravagant dates and all this was cool when you were younger because all the dudes, they were on you when you were younger. And see, women, when they get older, they still think that they can still get the same shit that they was getting when they was 25. No, it doesn't work like that. Just like men have to settle when they get older, women have to settle as they get older. But she doesn't see that. And Oshay also said something about why these other people ain't calling MSNBC or CNN or ESPN. The reason why they're not calling her is because of two things: the allegations, number one, and number two, like you said, you don't really have a lot of substance with Joy Taylor. It's not like, you know, if you're a person that did news and did switch to sports and then you can go back to news, she just did sports. So her doing news will be kind of not really good. But hey, let's continue.
Right? But it gets worse.
I don't care. Like, there are things I don't want to do. I don't want to go to your house. I'm not going to your house. Movies are okay, but they got to be paired with like dinner, like some time to talk. We're not going to church. I'm not going to meet your family. But other than that, I just think that you should just be creative. Listen to what I want to do. If I tell you my window is 10 a.m. on a Monday, I guess we're going to coffee. That's the window that you got. But this is just me.
So she's talking about all the things that she isn't going to be doing. Okay. she's not going to be in church. You need to listen to what she wants to do.
Fellas, when you hear something like that, run. I mean, run faster than Speedy Gonzalez, because she doesn't give a damn about what you want. It's all about her. It's all about her. It's not compromising. It's not putting yourself in a situation where, okay, she may not like this, but she may like that. Or if I'm doing something that I like, but she may not like it, but she'll compromise with me. It ain't nothing like that. It's either her way or the highway. So fellas, when you meet a woman like that, you need to run ASAP.
She will not meet your family. Now, when a man hears a woman that speaks like that, I mean, number one, you just sound like somebody who has like so many issues, and you're making the current guy pay for everything else that's been done in your life and all of that. And again, this is just something that somebody doesn't want to deal with. And again, this is what a lot of ladies like Joy Taylor do. So when they don't want to budge on these non-compromising issues, okay, then women start going to other alternatives and trying to move the quote-unquote goalposts, okay? And we start to really find out why Joy Taylor is what she is.
But see, this is the thing that people need to understand about Joy Taylor. Like, when you see a woman like this, man, she's been catered to a lot of her life. You know what I'm saying? She's a sister of a former NFL player, Hall of Famer. So she's been catered to her whole life. So now she's gotten older. She still thinks that those same guys are going to cater to you. No, Joy. No, when you say this and this and this, especially about not being a man's family, what if you're serious with that man? You're not going to meet his family because you don't want to meet a man's family? Or, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to do certain things because you don't like certain things. If a man has to compromise for you, you have to compromise for him. I mean, it's called, being in a relationship, or being, be able to compromise. Let's continue.
Someone who has a lot of trauma. Now, I am in no way like fully recovered from all of the things that I have been through. And I don't know that I ever will be. But I don't think that means that you can't date.
Hold on. You saying you at first you said, oh, if he dealing with trauma, I can't date him. But then in the same breath, you said, I haven't dealt with all my drama or trauma, but you could still date. Let's see what Oshay got to say about that.
So here Joy Taylor talks about trauma. I have trauma. No shit. Of course you do.
Woo!
And I'm glad that you admitted this, because there are so many ladies who have, this particular trauma that they're trying to bring into the new relationship. Don't get me wrong. Men, we also have trauma too, right? But we all had a bad experience where we don't trust people as much as we used to. And that's understandable. The one thing that I feel that women do, they may carry more hurt and pain and animosity than men do into new relationships. Women are more sensitive. They're more sensitive to having their feelings hurt. They're going to guard their feelings a lot more after they have been hurt. Whereas men, will be hurt for a minute, and we can still be hurt, but we'll, try again and try to get the girl that we want.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, you got women out there. I know women who I've dated in the past, and they would be guarded like hell. Like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. And I understand that, you know what I'm saying? Because if you've been through trauma in your life, as far as relationships or something that happened with your parents or something happened with your relatives, and you're on extra guard, I understand that. And that's a reason why you have to be guarded, because you've been through stuff. But women and men, they do things different. Like Oshay said, men are guarded, but we tend to move on quicker than women. Women are more guarded because they don't want to go through the same shit over and over and over again.
And so the reality is that now, Joy Taylor, not only are you unaware of where you are right now in your life, you're telling everybody else that you're traumatic. So you're 38 years old. You have these demands. You want a man who is probably like you, has money like you, and doing very well. And you're traumatic, okay? And so now that you have these issues, you come on to podcast and you admit this.
Oh, what's the youngest to the oldest? Like, what's your range?
Damn, I'm telling myself right now. I would say right now, at my age right now. Yeah, I would not date younger than 25, 26.
Why? She wants some young guy to rock her world, man. He see Paul Pierce and him laughing.
That's a
Why
good one.
he's laughing?
Why is that funny?
No, because I thought she was going to be.
I thought you would say.
I thought she was going to
Yeah.
be on some like 35 to 57.
Me too.
Oh no! I mean, I don't think I could. I don't know.
So you would say, what'd you
I'm
think?
not gonna get up here and lie. Okay, young men are very aggressive and they do not care how old I am. And
Wait, but Joy, I have to ask you because this is a whole thing with women.
Well, this was on Paul Pierce's podcast. She's saying, listen, the framework that she's developing for, guys to date her, she's finding out that guys don't want to do it. And she even admits it. She says, listen, the younger guys are good because they don't care how old she is. Damn. And that's right. Because most men that are successful don't want to deal with the woman telling a man what she's not going to do.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. A younger guy, he don't give a damn because all he wants is the cheeks. He don't give a damn if you're 35, 45, 55. If you look good, he just wants the cheeks. An older guy, he has a little bit more discernment because at the end of the day, he like, yo, I don't want you telling me what to do. I don't want you bossing me around. But the young dudes don't care because they got tunnel vision. And when they meet an older woman, they like, man, yo, shut age. That's a temporary thing. Cause soon as he hits you at all that, he gonna go ahead and find a younger chick or chick around his age. You could be gone.
Let me just say this, okay? As a man, I'm 44 years undoubtedly in women's rights. I mean, I was a man states, California. I come from the most, Del Paso Heights, the black community. So how a lot saw women, it was equality. Right? We don't have a whole lot of problem with women leadership. But the issue is this, and I've worked very hard. You're not going to be going to do, especially if you expect me to sacrifice for you. Spending my money on you, I'm doing things for you, I'm making your life me that if I want to go to church, you're not going. You will not meet my family. Spending $2,000 on wine. Yeah, you're a lost cause. Not only are you traumatic, you realize you're traumatic in. So then why should I be dealing with you?
The thing is about women like Joy Taylor. Ego is an MF. You being used to these dudes doing anything and everything for you. You were the candy of the month for a while. You're saying, oh well, I'll date a younger guy or that's my age, that's established and got his shit together. If I'm spending my money on you, if I'm taking you out on vacations and doing all this stuff, you telling me you're not gonna meet my parents, you're not gonna do things with me, I'm gonna look at you sideways. And this is why a lot of women like Joy Taylor, they in now because they steadfast in what they want. They not gonna change, and they know for a fact men that are for that shit. So that's why she said, "Oh, I'm 38, but I'll date a 25-year." All the 25-year-old want is the cheeks. That's all he cares about, the cheeks. That's it.
So now this is what you're trying to do. You're literally thirst trapping online, starting to recognize the play. And this is what happened to recognize their framework for the instructions, that they chase them. When they feel like most men are not going to go is cheat their way into somebody. All right. This is why you see her in this particular, B-roll here in the background and her doing the workout pants. She's looking for somebody to try to come and see what she's working with. And that's why if you go to like, Black Adam Schefter, you'll see like Joy Taylor is a wild woman. They're trying to get this attention because the guys that they want don't want them. And so now you have these young guys and you're dating these young guys just so that you can say, well, look, these younger guys want me. And it's because you older guys are toxic. It's the same thing that Tracy Ellis Ross is saying. It was the same thing that Lala Anthony was saying. You're getting these young guys because these young guys don't have money. And if they do, they're real young athletes and they have inexperience. All right. And, they don't really know what's going on in the dating world. They don't.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You getting yourself a 23, 24-year-old guy, barely got Similac off his goddamn mouth and shit. You know what I'm saying? Barely got off his mom's tit. And you telling him what you want and he don't care because he like, man, I got me an older woman. I remember doing that video on Tracy Ellis Ross, man, and go watch that video, man. And she said, I can't date an older man because they this and they that. They stuck in their ways. I'd rather date a younger man. But a younger man, I'm going to tell you this. You date yourself a younger man, all he wants is to clap the cheeks. That's all it is. I said this is the third time of me saying this. But see, them older women, they don't understand that. They think because these younger dudes are chasing after them is that they think that they still at the top of the food chain. You're not the top of the food chain. When you're the top of the food chain, every man wants you at every age bracket. I don't care if you're 25, he could be 25, 35, 45, 55. If all those guys want you, then you're at the top of the food chain. But when you're 38 years old and the only guys that want you are 25 and 26, and the guys who are your age and older don't want you, that's when you know that you're expired.
Don't know that, certain people like Joy Taylor are traumatic. Okay. They don't know what they're dealing with, but they're confident because, hey, this fine ass older lady, wants to go head on and let me do X, Y, and Z to her. So I must be better than all these older guys out here. And you can think that all that you want, but that just doesn't make it true. And these are the situations that we're seeing. Like literally, we're seeing these ladies like change right before our eyes. I mean, just a few years ago, Joy Taylor was, having a pretty good career on Fox Sports. And then after a year, she's admitting that nobody will want to date her. People are discounting her age now because she's 38. And it's not because you're just 38. It's because you go onto these talk shows and these podcasts, and any of these guys that will actually listen to what you're saying, they get turned off. And women got to understand that men also get turned off. A lot of the things that you say and do turns off future suitors. I'll give you an example. Cardi B. Cardi B would have had a better opportunity than Stephon Diggs as far as a dating is concerned. Maybe she's Dominican, people know her, but on Offset all the time, going off on them on the Twitter Spaces. Somebody wanted to jump out there and be in a relationship with her.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. Cardi B is a perfect example. Like, here's the thing: if you play the silent treatment and let all Offset and all that, and deservedly so. I mean, both out, in my opinion. But your Cardi B, if you would have played the high role and Offset said just play the silent treatment or have a lot more suitors. Yeah, Stephon Diggs, he's an NFL player, but I'm than him. You not having the suitors, just like. And you posting all these thirst traps, yeah, you'll get some dudes that all they want to do is hit, but you're not going to want the man that you really, really want, which is a man that's going to take care of you. Because a man who's really going to take care of you don't want you out there posting all these thirst traps and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with these women. You think because you posting a few thirst traps, you're going to get the man you want. You're not going to get the man you want. You're going to get any man. You're going to get a man, and you're not going to be happy in the end.
You were crashing out. You were just wild. You're calling a grown man the B word. So what ended up with her? Well, you ended up getting with Stephon Diggs, and he has like 4 kids on the way, along with yours.
Woo!
And now you're just a side chick in a main style relationship, and you're not even the number one chick anymore like you used to be with Offset. And that's all because you can't understand where you are in the market. You're not aware. You're not aware of the things you're doing. You think that whatever you're doing, it's going to be okay, and somebody will just fall for it. Like you can make your demands, and somebody's going to get something from dealing with you. But the reality is, a lot of the framework that some ladies have, nobody is gaining anything from it. So it's just easy to tell you no, or to not want to deal with you. And then when nobody want to deal with you, let's go out here and post thirst trap videos like Tia Mowry. Let's go and show everybody that we're still good looking. And then that somebody will come and give us the man, or God will give you the man that you deserve. Or let's come out here and do, other things like, BBLs, and, let's go ahead and put the butt pads out there and whatever the case may be, to get some.
Yeah, to get some attention. I mean, all you doing is drawing fake attention. Like you see that, like when we watched that gym video, that's choreographed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you not sweating. You're not out there putting the work in, Joy. We know you doing that for thirst traps. You doing that for the dudes to be in your DMs. You doing it for the comments. Oh, you go, girl. Or the dudes like, man, I would hit that, and all these different things. You're doing it for attention. But yeah, man, it's your boy Jay here with another video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Salute to Oshay Duke Jackson for the video. I'll leave the OG video in the description below. Until next time, folks, I'm out.